Can presumption, as a sin against the Holy Spirit, lead to damnation? Recall that there are 6 sins against the Holy Spirit, and presumption is the second. Presumptuous is a man who thinks he can obtain a spiritual good, such as the grace of God, by his human efforts alone, because he deserves it. In this sense, we can say that on earth there are sometimes presumptuous ones. This is the case of the monk Pelagius, who thought that by the strength of his asceticism one would obtain paradise. But Pelagius was not necessarily in blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. He was simply wrong. So a part of ignorance presumption becomes blasphemy against the Holy Spirit only when it is perfectly lucid, we know what we do, we face the truth, and we maintain its presumption. And secondly, perfectly mastered. He is not a weak man, with lots of neuroses, who is presumptuous. Result: when a man comes face to face with Christ at the hour of death, and understands that Christ will give the beatific vision only if the person loves him, and becomes humble, and says, "I do not want of that. I deserve the beatific vision because I am a spiritual being, that you created me for it, and that therefore, you must give it to me." He enters the blasphemy of presumption. Blasphemy against the Holy Spirit is the deepest in hell because it comes from Lucifer himself. Lucifer's revolt at the beginning is the presumption. We will get the beatific vision, because we are smart. To give it to the most humble is anything. So, we rebel against you, God, for the sake of your dignity. When this sin is committed as a blasphemy against the Holy Spirit, obviously, the person never goes back. She masters everything, she knows everything, and therefore, she drives herself to hell for eternity. On the other hand, it explains his revolt, his hope to make God give in, the fight of the demons and the damned so that the maximum is damned. They hope God will change his plans. This is presumption.